guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I did my dip powder, my DND dip powder. It came out pretty successful, so today I'm just going to be showing you guys how I achieved this look. So I already went ahead and prepped and primed my fingernails. I pushed my cuticles back. I filed and shaped my nails to the shape that I wanted, and now I'm just showing you guys how they look before I start the whole process. So the color I'm going to be using today is the DND DC dip powder in the color 85. I believe it's called Pumpkin Latte. I'm not too sure, but I'll put everything in the description below. And here I'm just showing you guys how it looks. I also have the super clear DND DC dip powder. I use it as a, you can say as a base as well as a finishing top coat. Right here I have the bonder, which is the step 1. I have the base gel, which is step 2. I have step 3, which is the activator. I have step 4, which is the top gel, and I also have step 5, which is the brush cleaner, but I didn't show this in the video. I'm also going to be using my flat nail file. I believe it's a 180 nail file. And over here, I'm just opening up all the items that I'm going to be using throughout the video, just to get ready. I also am going to open up the super clear because it's the first dip powder I'll be using. Over here I'm just showing you guys the consistency and how it looks, but that is the first step that I'm going to be using. Right here I'm just adding the bonder. The bonder is the major key to having a great dip powder set with no lifting or cracking. So right here I'm just going to be adding the bonder to all 10 fingers to get started on this set. So right here I'm going to be starting with the super clear dip powder with step 2, which is the base gel. The base, which is the super clear dip powder, acts as a base coat, just like if you were doing a manicure or just a simple manicure. Usually they add a base coat to the nail before you add the polish. So the super clear, as it's just like the same thing. Next finger now, and dipping my finger at a 45-degree angle in order to achieve a better, I guess you could say, a better application. Here I'm dipping my finger at a 45-degree angle and tapping off the excess powder. You'll see throughout the video that I left some fingers in a little longer. That's just because I wanted to make sure the application was thorough and that the corners, which is the most difficult even when completing the manicure, I wanted to make sure the corners received a good amount of the powder as well. And over here I'm just dusting off the excess powder off of my fingers, and just making sure the corners are completed on my left hand. And as you can see, I'm going back in with the bonder because like I said, the best way to get a great application for dip powder is to make sure all the oils, the natural oils on your nails, are stripped away. So I just went back to add bonder to make sure the nail was completely dry. You said that we were friends. Fingers, you'll see that I went back in just to get like the corner because there wasn't any powder on that area. Over here you'll see that I went back and took off some of the base gel from the brush because I noticed with too much of the base gel, the powder tends to clump up on your finger, on the fingernail. So I had to constantly take off the extra amount of base gel that was on the brush just to get a perfect application. And here I'm going to start the application of the pumpkin latte DND dip powder. Right here I'm just making sure there's no lumps or clumps in the powder before I begin. So with most dip powders, the recommended or the required amount of dips is 2 per finger. I did 5 in this tutorial, basically because my nails are flat and I wanted it to look a little more, I wanted my nails to look fuller and have some body and shape to it. So I did 5, 3 of the color dip and 2 of the clear. And here I'm just gonna go back in with the pinky because I noticed that the sides of the nail didn't have powder on it, so I just went back to make sure it had some on there. And here I'm just showing you guys that yes indeed there was a clump on the thumb because that area, I guess I didn't fully remove the excess base gel, so it clumped up the area, but I'm pretty sure it can be fixed at the end. And over here I'm just showing you guys some orange residue that the dip powder was leaving on my fingers. I'm pretty sure it can be removed with acetone or alcohol at the end. And right there, yep, as you see it, another clump, but I'm gonna try my best to fix it at the end. And here I'm just dusting off the excess powder off of my hands. And here I'm doing the second coat of the base gel and the second dip. I have to say, so far I'm loving the way this color is coming out. It looks more of like a coral color, but I still liked the way that it was coming out, and so far I love it. And right here I'm just showing you guys how it looks so far. This is the second dip. I could have stopped here, but like I said earlier in the video, I wanted it to look fuller. I wanted my nails to look a little fuller. They're flat in their natural state, so I did more than the 2 coats just to get a fuller look. Over here I'm just putting the excess powder that I dust off my fingers back into the container, just so I don't waste any of it. And now I'm going to be doing the third dip for the color dip powder, and then I'll seal off the powder, the color dip powder, with the clear. Now I'm going to be doing the clear dip powder. I use the clear dip powder at the end as well, just so I can seal in the color. And now I'm going to be adding step 3, the activator, which is going to seal the dip powder process that I just completed. After applying this to every nail, I'm going to let it dry for 2 minutes, then shape the nail. I'm just filing down my nails to the desired shape I'd like them to be. You'll also see that I am removing the dip powder that was on my skin from the excess base gel. Right here I'm also showing how bulky that pinky looks from the excess base gel on the nail, which caused the pinky nail to clump. And then with every finger, I'm just going to make sure the application is sealed, and I filed it to the way I'd like it to look, and that there's no excess dip powder on the skin. Notice that some nail salons that they don't use the buffer or the nail file as much. They use the drill, which takes off some of the layers of the dip powder. So I didn't want to do that, so in this video I just used the file, the nail file, and my buffer to get it nice and smooth, file away the bulks and get it to the desired shape. Here I'm just removing all of the dust from the filing that I just did and cleaning my area a little bit, and then I'll be adding the activator, step 3, again to seal off the work that I just did with the nail file, and then I'll be adding the top coat as the final step. After applying the activator, I'm gonna let it dry for 2 minutes, and then I'll come back for the final step. So here I'm going to be cleaning off the excess dirt, excess dust, everything that I might have missed during the dust off before I applied the activator, before I applied the top coat. So now I'm adding the top coat, and after I apply the top coat to all 10 fingers, I'm going to let it dry for 2 minutes. So here I'm just showing you guys the final look. I loved the way it came out. It looked so pretty. I loved how like the color looked. I didn't like how after letting it dry with the top gel for 2 minutes, I didn't like how it wasn't glossy enough for me. So I went ahead and added the Essie gel setter top coat clear polish, just so it can give it that extra shine that I like. And this is the final look. Just showing you guys how it came out overall. I loved it. I loved the color. It's really pretty, very summer-like. I'm adding over here, I'm adding the cuticle oil to my nails as the final step. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. If there's anything that you guys felt that I could have did better, something I missed, something that will help with my future applications, please feel free to comment below and let me know what I could do better to improve it, or if I just did an overall great job. Bye you guys.